And next Saturday, Sunday, we can cover specs and VDC.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let me make you the diagram. Note it down, so that you can have also the diagram available to you. So suppose this is one of your 7K data center one. Right?
Okay.
And here I have connected one switch. And here all your nodes are there. And this is in VLAN 10. This will be trunk, right? And here it is connected to any transport.
Yeah.
And this is your DC2 and 7K2.
Yeah.
And here you have the same switch. I mean switch 2 PC, and they are in same VLAN. I mean the VLANs are extended. The same VLAN 10 is extended from DC1 to DC2, right, over your IP infrastructure. So because the both
Which one is the layer 2 switch?
Yeah, it is purely layer 2 switch.
Okay. And the nodes are connected to VLAN, is it?
Yep. Okay, so now let me configure the first the switch 1 and the switch 2, these two, and then I will be configuring this OTV here and the OTV here, right? So make the diagram, so that you are aware of the technologies, because once you make the diagram, then let me know.
One second, so I'll just get a paper. 1 second.
Yeah, sure.
So the IP transport could be anything. Could be MPLS or it could be point-to-point, anything, right?
Yes. Here I am using a point-to-point.
Okay.
So it will be ETH 2x2, ETH 2x1, ETH 2x1, ETH 2x2, ETH 1x0.
Yeah, I got it, sir. Thank you.
Okay. So now let's make the layer 2 VLAN and the trunk port on the switch 1 and the switch 2.
Okay.
So
Do you have any rack equipped practice OTV?
yes, you can ask Deepak if we can provide you. This is your switch 1. So let's create a VLAN 10. Name anything you can write.
Okay.
OTV VLAN I can write. OTV VLAN, right?
Yeah.
And then allow it on the trunk port. Which is connecting to your 7K1, right? So what is the port 1 by 0? Interface ETH 1 by 0. Cross the ports. So interface address. Okay.
Alok, I just want to ask you. Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, when you go to show interface status, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when it says connected, that means it's connected to a PC.
Connected to a PC or connected to a upper switch or anything. It should be connected. So I configured this, E0 by 0 to a trunk port. Okay. Now the same.
10, right?
Yeah, 10. Now let me.
So connected means it could be connected to a PC or a printer or a router or anything.
Yeah. So VLAN. Okay, VLAN 10 is configured, and so.
It's a switch 2, right?
Yes, another switch. It is not trunk port. Interface ETH 0 port trunk encapsulation .1Q switch port mode trunk. Oh shit. So interface. So I configured the both trunking and the VLAN on both switch. Okay. Now let me go to the diagram. Okay. Now let's move on to configure the this part 7K1 on the data center part, right? So before configuring the OTV, we have to enable the feature, right? So let me enable the feature. Okay, the grace period. Okay, the license grace period. While doing this, we are enabling the license.
The nodes to VLAN 10? Not yet, right?
No, not 10. Because this is a virtual all the hardware, so we will not able to send the traffic. But yes, I will be able to show you your OTV is up, your OTV overlay tunnel is created with the other switch. That will.
But you have not assigned the VLAN 10 to the node, right?
No, I have assigned the VLAN 10 to the trunk port only, which is connected to the up switch, right? Now here I will create a VLAN 10, right? Yeah. Name OTV VLAN, right? So first I created the feature. I enabled the feature. Then I enabled the then I created the OTV VLAN, right? Side by side I will also create another VLAN, which is for a site VLAN. So I said you that you have to you should be configuring the site VLAN and the site identifier. Why? Because it helps to make the overlay tunnel up. Otherwise your overlay tunnel will not come up. Name OTV site VLAN. Now once it is done, so you configured the VLAN 10 and then the VLAN 10 should be extended, and the VLAN 999 should be OTV site VLAN. Now you have to inform OTV that which is your site VLAN and which is your site identifier. So I will make OTV site VLAN is 999, and then OTV site identifier, it should be any number. I will take 101. Sorry.
So site VLAN is what, sir? Site VLAN is 999 is identify the site.
Yeah. And the site identifier it should be, both sides should have unique site identifier, right? Now
site VLAN will be the same on both the sides, right?
Yeah, you can make the site VLAN same because it is locally significant.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah,
now I will be,
because you want to communicate between VLAN 10 and one nexus switches to VLAN 10 and the other nexus switch. So you need to have a same site VLAN on both the sides.
Yeah.
Right.
So now I will be configuring interface overlay, which I said because interface overlay it's same as interface VLAN, because it encapsulate or decapsulate your Ethernet traffic coming from switch 1 to the OTV frame, and then it will send to the another interface. Now under the OTV, let's have the diagram also. Under OTV, I will inform that your interface 2 by 1 will be OTV join interface. So OTV join interface will be ETH. What was that diagram? 2 by 1, right?
2 by 1.
2 by 1. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, after informing OTV that okay, what does this mean? This means that your all IP traffic will come out from this 2 by 1, and then it will go to the internet or any point-to-point multi MPLS link, and then it will reach to DC to 2 by 1. So join interface should be layer 3 interface. I will be configuring a IP address over that, but under the interface overlay, I am informing that your join interface is 2 by 1, and then I will be configuring control group. It should be multicast address 224.1.1.1. Why? Because if there is a ARP involved, or or if there is some multicast traffic you need to share, then it will use the control packet for 224.1.1.1, and for your data traffic I have to configure the data group 232.1.1 sorry 10/24. Now we will inform that which VLANs I have to extend. So I am extending VLAN 10. So OTV extend VLAN 10, and then no shut. So this is the only configuration of your OTV. Okay. Then I have to configure. So data group means if multicast traffic needs to be sent, it will use this group for multicast traffic. Suppose your server is situated in this data center 2, and which is sending some video stream, right? So video stream like YouTube is always a multicast. So we have to do that. And for control group means you have to send a control packet information like MAC address table sharing and any control packet information. It will use this multicast address to share between these two data centers.
So you need to put the multicast for both the sides.
Yeah.
And data group also should be the same on both the sides, right?
Sure. Now I will be configuring 2 by 1 interface. 2 by 1 IP address. No switch port. IP address. Let me configure some public IP address. 169 1 or 143.254.1.2/24. No shut, because it will be sending a multicast packet. So here I have to configure a IGMP IP IGMP version 3, right? And then no shut.
IP address, can you put subnet mask instead of /24?
Yeah, in the Nexus we can do that. In the Nexus only, you know, I can do the same thing. But in the normal Ethernet switch, we can't do. And that this port connecting to the to the switch, I have to configure it as a trunk port. Switch port, mode, trunk, and then motion. Now the same configuration I have to do on
7K.
7K2. So let's first configure the 7K2. Here, for that I have to enable a feature. So before feature, I have to enable a license, grace period, and then feature OTV, right? Then I have to configure VLAN 10. VLAN 10 name OTV VLAN. Now I have to configure a VLAN 999 name OTV site VLAN. Then I have to inform OTV that your OTV site VLAN 999 OTV site identifier, it should be unique X1102 101 my N7K, that's a DC1 IP address identifier. DC2 has ID 102, and then I have to configure interface overlay.
Site VLAN should be the same, sir, right? On the board.
Yeah, it should be same or it should be different. You can't, it doesn't necessary. I mean, it's a locally significant, so we don't have to worry about that. And then OTV join interface ETS 2x1, right? Then OTV control group, it will be same. OTV data group should be same 232.1.0/24.
Same, right? On the both sides.
Yeah, both sides. OTV extend VLAN 10. No shut. And then I will be configuring the interface ETS 2x1. What I configured IP address on second switch. So here I will be changing the IP address. Here I have used the IP address 3. Then IP IGMP version 3. No shut. And then finally the switch port interface ETS 2x2. This is the port which is connected to our main switch. Switch port mode trunk. Switch port, yeah, no shut. Now this is the only configuration you have to do for OTV. So suppose you have a 20 VLANs. So those VLANs we have to extend. You have to just go it and comma 20, comma 30, comma 40, comma 50. It will be extended. So if you have more than 10, 20 VLANs, you can do the OTV extend VLAN 10, comma 20, comma 30, comma 40. It will be configuring everything.
Okay. So I can get the lab from Deepak, right? I'll call him tonight maybe.
Yeah, you can call him and you can ask him if these tracks are available. He can give you for the practice for 1 or 2 days. Then if you want to see how is the OTP came up. So you have to put show OTV. So here show OTV overlay information. Site identifier is 012, right? Interface VPN name. See, the site is up, right?
It's like show VPC in VPC.
Yeah. Okay. So by this, so you can see and you can, confirm that your OTV
So
is
this is all you
working.
need to do for OTV. That's all. This is the configuration.
Yeah. Yes. So one command is also there. So OTV ISIS database detail. So if you do that, you can see some databases, if there is any database. So see here, you are on 7K2 and here you will see 7K1 information. See here, you are on 7K2, right? But see here you are getting the 7K1 information, right? That means that, your OTV is working perfectly.
So yeah, that's it. So the benefits of a VPC is what? Can you explain a little bit clearly? Benefits of VPC is more bandwidth, right?
Bandwidth of VPCs, you can have multiple, bandwidth. You can utilize both link. It provides full-time redundancy. All the ports are in forwarding mode. There is no STP, blocking ports. So all these are the benefits.
So all the ports will be forwarding mode in a VPC,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
So when you ask, say, let's say for example, somebody asks me what VPC is, I will say VPC is between three switches, two upstream Nexus switches and one downstream device. Could be a FEX or any other Nexus switch. And
Any Nexus switch, any Ethernet switch, any server, anything. It can be anything which supports port channel.
Yeah, suppose port. So I will say which is between three devices, and the downstream device could be a FEX or a Nexus switches or a layer 2 Ethernet switch. And what happens is the downstream device will see the upstream devices as one logical switch as part of a single port channel.
Yeah. And there is no STP block port. All the ports are in forwarding states. It provides full redundancy. Both ports are utilized. The traffic flows.
So this is only in the layer 2 environment you can use.
Layer 2 environment.
So the three devices, downstream device connected to upstream switches, and downstream device is the two upstream switches as one logical switch as part of a single port channel. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay? And then you get more bandwidth and forwarding. All the ports are in forwarding, redundancy, high availability, and all that. That's it.
Correct.
So can you show me the lab, OTV Lab? Can I just take a look at it, the lab book on the left side?
I have used some in for the temporary purpose. So in the Python lab you can get this scenario. So you have to on these two Nexus box and these two switches.
That's all.
Under Python lab you will have. But I have not written anything. I know the configuration part, so I have shown you. While doing so, you can receive the topics, make sure notes, and then try to do that.
Okay. That's no detailed explanation, is it?
No, I haven't written till now. So under Python, tab, you will get. I was doing some testing, for the OTV. Sorry.
You have the commands and everywhere. You have the commands and all that.
Yeah, I have the command. I will send you if you need.
But is it in the workbook, the commands for the OTV?
No, I have not written the workbook, but if you want, then I can, send you in mail, but not like workbook. I will send you the configuration part only.
Okay. So I will just have to go to the Python and then.
Lab number 8, and then click it on. You will get these four switches. Switch on the both switches, all switches. The Nexus username and password is admin. Once it come up, you start doing the configuration.
Okay. So if you can provide me the configuration, I can work on it maybe on Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah, sure. I'll do that. I will provide it.
So I want to ask a small thing. When you do, let's say for example, I did like a VPC with my work environment